Hello class 7, welcome to your English language class. We have started with chapter 14 prepositions already. Let us continue with the remaining portion of this chapter. Just a short recap of what we did in our previous class, children. We have learned how prepositions are words placed before nouns or pronouns and how they connect them to the other parts of the sentences. We have learned about two types of prepositions, that is prepositions of time and prepositions of place and position. We will learn about prepositions of direction today. Let's get started. What is a preposition of direction, children? Prepositions that denote the direction or movement of person or things are called prepositions of direction. So, these prepositions indicate the movement of persons or things, or they talk about the direction of the movement of the person or things, whatever is mentioned in the context of the sentence. These prepositions are called prepositions of direction. Now, let us get into the details of these kind of prepositions. Look at these examples given here, children. This is page 141 of your book, as you can see it here in the screen. Examples: Amit is driving to Nainital. To. Where is Amit driving, children? Amit is driving to Nainital. So, to talks about the direction to which Amit is movement. Therefore, to is a preposition of direction. The earth goes round the sun. This also talks about the earth going round the sun, in the sense the direction that it takes in order to go around the sun. Round is here a preposition of direction. The army is proceeding towards the border. Where is the army going? To which direction? Towards the border. This also talks about a movement or direction. Hence, all these three are examples of prepositions of direction. Okay, now let's come to the other types of the other prepositions of direction. You have a list of these given here along with their functions explained with instances. The first is across. It is used for a movement towards another side of a flat surface. Go across the road. That is the example given here. So, when we are crossing the road from one side to the other, that is when we use across to indicate that movement. Hence, go across the road, or the cat ran across the road. This means from one side of the road to the other side. Next is against. It refers to a movement in the opposite direction. I was swimming against the tide. Children understand, referring to a movement in the opposite direction. So, it is like a movement referring to going somewhere to the opposite direction of something else. Like for instance, I was swimming against the tide. So, the tides came from the other side and I was swimming against it. This is how we use against. Along. It is used to mean a parallel or a side by side movement. Arup is walking along the fence. So, when we walk parallel taking one side of the pavement of the road, we use along. I am walking along the street, because this refers or indicates to a parallel movement at one side, taking one side of the street. Okay. Next, around. It means a circular movement or a movement of encompassment. We went around the park 5 times in 30 minutes. So, this refers to a circular movement or a movement of encompassment. Encompassment means when you go, when you encompass something, that is to go around something. This is when we use around, to go it around, in a circular motion or in a circular movement. This is what is, this is when we use the preposition around. At. At refers to the direction of a target. The girl threw a dart at the dart board. So, it is like throwing something or pointing something at the direction of a certain, at a certain direction. Okay, like here the example says the girl threw a dart at the dart board. So, the girl took the dart and she threw it towards a certain direction. The direction of what? To the direction of the target. That is when we use at. By. It denotes the means of movement or transport. Example, I came to school by bus. You know, this is when we the by is used in order to talk about the transport that helps us in movement. But remember, when we talk about our own legs, we never use feet, actually not legs, we never use by, we walk on foot, we don't walk by foot. I went to visit her on foot, that means I have walked on my own feet. Remember, this is the difference between, we may say by aeroplane, by vehicles, by automobiles, by bus, by scooty, by bike, etc., but never by foot. It is always on foot. Let's move on to the next page, that is page 142. Okay, down. It refers to downward or falling movement. He was walking down the hill. This is like, you know, descending. From, it denotes the beginning of an onward movement. Deepa needs to start from home early. Referring to onward movement, so it's like, you know, beginning of an onward movement from somewhere to somewhere. That is when we use from. Into indicates movement inside of something. Satish jumped into the swimming pool. Into indeed talks about movement inside of something. Remember, into is used when we talk about movement from outside to inside. Okay, so Satish jumped into the swimming pool. Before this he was outside and he jumps into it, means he jumps inside the pool. Off, it means down or away from something. Example, the child fell off the bed. So off is used in order to refer to or indicate to something down of something, that is to make a movement from you know, something at an upper level to below it. That is when we use off. Onto, it indicates movement to a place, on something or somebody. Okay, onto indicates movement to a place, on something or somebody. Here the cat jumped onto the roof of the car. Onto is also used for movement, but it does not mean inside something, unlike into, it means on the surface. So movement from one surface to another surface, we use onto. Over, it is used for movement towards the other side of an uneven or higher surface. So when do we use over? When we talk about movement towards the other side of a surface which is uneven, that means which is not even, which is not smooth or plain, it is uneven, and or higher surface. Or when we talk about, you know, a movement from something a lower to a higher surface, we use over. Like the boy climbed over the wall, the cat jumped over the wall, the thief jumped over the wall. Okay. Through, it is used for a movement in a large area such as a room or a building. Okay, for a movement which is made in a large area such as a room or a building. I walked through the room. So this means I have walked through the room, will mean that the entire room has been walked about, you know, walked around by me. This we express with the help of through, that is going through the room, you know, going around the room in every way. Okay, only remember, through is not, when we say around, it specifically means a circular movement. Through means to cover the entire room by walking. Like here, for this particular sentence, it means that I have covered the entire room walking. This I am going to say by expressing with the preposition through. This means I have walked through the room. So I have already seen the room by walking through it. Clear? Next is to. It is used to indicate destination. I am going to the bus station now. So to is used in order to indicate a certain destination to which we are you know, walking to, or which we are directing to or moving towards. And up denotes an upward or rising movement, just opposite to or parallel to down. Just like down means a descension or a movement towards downward, up in the, just in contrast to it, means a rising movement toward going towards up. So Jack and Jill went up the hill. Okay, children, I hope you have understood this till here. Thank you for paying attention. Please go through these examples along with these directions given. it isn't that difficult, let me tell you. There are a few exercises after this. I urge you to practice these exercises in order to have better understanding of this part of this chapter. Thank you so much children. Have a nice day and bye bye.